If you've clicked on this video, chances are you're not where you want to be in CS2. Whether you're playing FACEIT or grinding out Premier, this video will give you the tools you need to work through a plateau. I'll be covering the 5 main reasons why you're stuck in your current elo. We'll talk about our psychological approach to Counter-Strike, how we practice, our consistency, how well we communicate, and if we're committed enough to reviewing our demos.
Dude, this guy is insane. He just one-taps me, cat, every time.
During my journey from 900 to 2100 elo on FACEIT, I discovered just how important maintaining my mental health was, and how that coincided with the sometimes severe psychological impact Counter-Strike can have on me. If you played just one game of Counter-Strike, you know how frustrating the game can be. It's very easy to become angry while playing. Whether that be at your teammates, the game itself, or sometimes at yourself, it's important to frame all this appropriately. Be sure to consistently remind yourself that at the end of the day, you're playing a game. Regardless of how serious you take it, it should be enjoyed. Doing this will help us maintain a relaxed demeanor and a positive attitude, which will result in a better performance. Now with that said, let's focus on how we can manage our mind to win more games and play less when we're upset. The first easy fix is to not play when you're tilted. If you're unfamiliar with the term tilted, here's what I found on Wikipedia. A state of mental or emotional confusion or frustration in which a player adopts a less than optimal strategy, usually resulting in the player becoming overly aggressive. From my experience too, I begin lashing out at my teammates, start missing shots I would normally hit, and begin making terrible decisions in game. When we start to experience these feelings, we need to stop playing. I can't tell you how many lost streaks I went on because I forced myself to play when I was tilted. I would log on and lose weeks worth of work simply because I let tilt get the best of me. As an alternative, just take small breaks. Go outside, maybe go for a walk. Whatever it is, get out from behind your desk and do something else. As you start taking breaks and resetting your mind, you can start to develop this skill. I started taking 1-hour breaks, but now I feel confident in resetting my mind and getting back into queue within 15 minutes. The last thing I want to mention that has any psychological relevance is confidence. Confidence is impossible to measure, but from my experience, if I was down on myself or convinced myself that the people I was playing against were better than they just were, and a result of that, I would always play worse. But on the flip side of that, if I told myself that I am capable and I am better than everyone in my lobby, I usually performed quite well. Developing confidence begins with trust in yourself, which is easier to have if you're constantly practicing.
We're in here talking about practice.
If all you do is a quick warm-up, then run straight into playing your matches, then you're missing out on improving much faster. Just like any other sport, Counter-Strike takes practice outside of games. In order to improve much faster, we need to isolate the areas which we need to improve on and then work on them. Personally, my practice routine consists of killing 1000 bots, which Elige demonstrates a great way to do this in a video. Then I work on my AK recoil and A1S recoil for 10 minutes, followed by an hour of DMing. Every now and again, I can't do a straight hour of DMing. This is due to how mentally taxing it can be. So I'll break it into small chunks throughout my day. Once that is done, I'll move into playing my matches. Once you really start practicing, you'll notice just how fast you improve. First off, for communication, it's important to know all the callouts for every map in the competitive pool. For callouts that you're unsure about, you can actually use the radar to help identify the name of some places. All you have to do is join a private match, walk over to an area you're unsure about, and take a glance in the top left corner. You can see as I move around the map, the name of the area I'm in is displayed. Use this along with talking to your teammates about what they call certain areas, and watch high elo streamers and take note of the name of their callouts.
Hold on. If you're enjoying the video, consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel. Alright, back to the video.
The second and arguably more important aspect of communication is how you talk to your teammates. Like any sport, morale is key. A team with low morale is likely to lose, and a team with high morale is likely to win. Whether you think so or not, the way you talk to your teammates directly affects their performance due to the shift in morale you may bring. Remember to always maintain a positive attitude when communicating. This concept is closely related to avoiding playing with tilt. And if you're anything like me, when you play tilted, being nice becomes very difficult. So if you start to realize communicating with your teammates in a healthy manner becomes difficult, perhaps it's time to take a break. Lastly, for communication, sometimes you'll queue with people that lack the ability to make calls. Developing the skill to step up and become a leader for your team is crucial in your journey to your ranked goal. This concept is closely tied with having confidence in your ability. The more you play, the more you develop the skill to call plays and execute on them. I've mentioned this in a previous video, but it's very important to watch your demos. This is especially true if you find yourself plateaued in an elo. If you don't know where to start with watching demos, I strongly suggest you check out my video on improving at CS2. Link to that will be in the description. Overall, the best place to start though is with your deaths. Focus on common mistakes you're making and develop a plan to eliminate these weaknesses from your game. Something that I spent time doing every day was watching 30 minutes of high elo streams. You'll be amazed with how crafty these players are. I would always watch Stewie2K, which is live almost every day on Twitch. He's an absolute pug star and has several plays he makes in solo queue, which I've adopted into my gameplay, which has increased my playmaking ability. Another important aspect of watching demos is to take a close look at your opponents when you play. What are some actions that you take during the game that force opponents into tough situations? How did you force the CTs to rotate? What common responses do you see from your utility usage? Study these things and you'll develop better game sense and improve much faster. Hopefully the things I shared have shed some light on the areas which you can improve on and move past your plateau. If you'd like to share what you've done in the past to work past plateaus, then leave a comment explaining what you did. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with my content, be sure to click that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Thanks for watching.